Welcome back to the Mile High Hotspur. My name is LeoCoys. I'm an American Tottenham Hotspur fan, and in this video, my homies, we gotta talk about these tattoos. Let's dive right into it. Whenever I'm able to show my Tottenham tattoos to anybody, it still makes me smile. My whole sleeve is covered, and it's really not just a bunch of random pieces. It's memories, it's family, it's pride, all of that, my homies. And now that we won the Europa League, my next tattoo was always gonna hit harder. So in this video, I'm taking you guys through the journey, every tattoo, every meaning, and why my right arm is my way of representing Tottenham till the day I die. Let's get into it, my homies. So to begin this video, we have to go back sometime till 2000, and I want to say around 11 and a half, to be honest with you. I was just a Tottenham fan for a little over a year, and I decided to make a bold statement, my homies. I wanted to pronounce my admiration, my love, my fandom for Tottenham Hotspur. So I ended up getting my first tattoo, which was just a blasted out huge cockerel, the Tottenham Hotspur logo right here on my forearm. And like I said, I felt at that point in time it was ready for me to say, you know what, it's Tottenham till I die, my homies. It started off pretty plain. It was just the pure logo, and I had went back to my cousin who did the tattoo to get the flames around the outside, and then he ended up putting the word Hotspur right above it in some text that I guess only he can understand. But nonetheless, it does say Hotspur right there. And I thought it was a good touch to kind of go around the logo, and it added something to the sleeve, you know, like it was just the start of what I didn't know was going to become eventually a whole piece. Ooh, and then after that one, my homies, it was time to go huge, my homies. We had to get the Tottenham blasted across the forearm. And one thing that really ties all my tattoos together from the first one to the last one would be that black and gray, almost prison style, gritty type tattoo. And if I'm honest with you, I think that black and gray just gives a certain type of vibe, and I'm all for it, my homies. Because supporting Spurs isn't for the weak-hearted, it's for the ones that can take the pain and still walk about and be proud. So that's how this sleeve eventually started. Next up, I brought the lily whites into it. 3 of them to be exact, each one for a child of mine. 3 kids, 3 lilies. And if you know Spurs, you know that's not just personal, that's symbolic. I tied my family into my club because for me, my homies, both are sacred. And I felt like both deserve to be part of this journey together. Now, I do have more kids since then, so I have to figure out how to add maybe another lily or do something different, but watch this space. And now we're gonna get into what I say is the current round of tattoos, if you will. My brother Kapo started to tattoo me, and I want to say once that happened, it's kind of been game over since then. The first tattoo that my brother did on me was my N17 piece right here. It's kind of hard to get a good glimpse, but it's very nice, subtle, bold, and direct to the point. I'm repping N17 all the way from Denver, Colorado, the 303. I represent Tottenham Hotspur to the fullest, even when I'm here or when I'm walking the streets of N17. So I had to get this tattoo done, and I got it done before ever even going to London. Oh man, moving on. Probably one of my most dearest pieces, one of my proudest pieces as well. Ledley King, one of my heroes, only second to my mom, real talk. But look, shout out to the homie at Digital Spurs. He actually made the image that I used for the tattoo. I asked him on my live stream if I can use the design, and he said go for it. And you guys want to know the craziest part about it is Ledley actually seen the tattoo in person. You guys know when I met Ledley King, I got to show him the tattoo. He even took a picture of it, was happy to see it. That right there was a full circle moment. That's legacy stuff. And big up to the Perfect Match for making that happen as well. Big up. So after getting Ledley King tattooed, I wanted to mix the history with the personal meaning. And I thought, what better way of doing that than, you know, getting the 1987 Tottenham logo tattooed right by Ledley King. Considering I was born in 1987, I thought that was just a good way to kind of put both of them together. And like I said, wrap up a bit of the history with a bit of the personal, subtle, black and gray. I think it fits my style perfectly. And following that one, we went with even more history, my homies. Shout out to the homies over at Tucson Spurs. They actually were the inspiration for, you see this right here? The inspiration for this tattoo right here. The Nic Gates, I decided to get those. They had this design on a scarf, and I knew I had to get it turned into a tattoo. I added the 1882 in the inside. Of course, there's just, says Echo of Glory. I would have liked that too. It's just I don't have a big enough forehand to do that. So still a good way of getting the Nic Gates immortalized. Something that Tottenham Hotspur needs to hurry up and do as well. But I often joke with my homies and tell them that the Nic Gate is the last thing the Chelsea fans said before they started running their mouth. Just kidding, my homies. And that led me to a point in my tattoo journey where I had some empty spaces throughout my arm that I needed to fill in. So when Tottenham came out with their whole rebranding thing, just a couple of years ago, I thought some of their logos were a good touch and a good way to commemorate Spurs onto my arm. And I did so by getting the Harry Hotspur H, the Northumberland Park Lions, and the White Hot Flame Hallmark. I thought they were a dope way to represent Tottenham, and in a unique way in doing so as well, considering they were freshly released. And so I also got the 1882, how they did the Infinity 8 there. I got that one done as well the same night. So that was 4 tattoos back to back in one night. The pain was no joke, but I powered through it, my homies. But you know, the one that hit the most for me has to be the Northumberland Park Lions. And that is because the first time I went to London, I actually stayed in Northumberland Park. So that for me was the easiest choice to get. I will do somewhat of an Easter egg and say this last time I went, I stayed in Seven Sisters, and I cannot wait to get Seven Sisters added to the collection, my homies. Oh man. Oh, and now the newest piece to this legacy, the Europa League Trophy. fresh, painful, and completely worth it. I'm not even gonna lie, this would hurt. It was painful. I've honestly sat through a lot of sessions, a lot of ink, but for this trophy, it was just different. And maybe that's just because this one means more than any of my other tattoos, but this one was for silverware. This is the proof that all that suffering, all those jokes, all that banter, it led somewhere, my homies. For right now, it's just a trophy, but I left room on either side. I'm gonna add to this journey even more, my homies. I'm not done yet, but this arm is close. And when I'm finished, my homies, it won't just be a sleeve tattoo. It'll be my story, my ink, my love for Tottenham for the rest of my life. And to my brother, Kapo, big love, my bro. None of this happens without you. If you're watching this video and you're a homie from here in Colorado, I'm gonna provide his info down in the description. And to every Spurs fan out there, this isn't just about the tattoos, my homies. It's about owning my love for my team, Tottenham Hotspur, wearing it fucking proud, living it loud, my homies. Let me know down in the comments, if you were to tattoo one of your greatest moments in your Spurs journey, what would it be? Much love, my homies. Come on, you Spurs!